Good morning, boys and girls. How y'all doing today? My name is Jared. Thank y'all for coming on another adventure here at Turkey Ridge. We're in our shed and we got a sprayer hooked up in the back of our side-by-side here. This isn't a very big sprayer. It's only a 15-gallon sprayer, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna go right around and finish spraying all those fields that we planted today. Oh, actually yesterday. We finished planting yesterday, and we started spraying yesterday, but I didn't record any of it. But today we're gonna finish up spraying. So we're just gonna spray Roundup. We got glyphosate right here that we're gonna be spraying the fields with, making sure that everything that is on the fields dies, because we really don't want anything growing other than the fall mix that we were planting. We planted the fall release. It has radish, turnip, rapeseed, cereal rye, spring oats, black oats, winter wheat, forage pea, 3 different kinds of clover, and buckwheat in the mix. So I'm really excited about this mix. This is probably the most diverse blend that we have ever used. And it looks fantastic. I got a bucket of it right here. Looks like seeds to me. So let's fill this sprayer up and get going spraying on some of those fields that we didn't get to yesterday. And then we also got to go around and fix a couple cameras. Some of them aren't really pointing right, some of them aren't working correctly, and we have 1 or 2 feeders also that aren't working correctly neither. So we're gonna go take a look at those as well today. Get a little bit of a defoamer right here. Really helps when you're filling up the tank. All right, tank's full. Also, before we take off here, as you can see, our shed's a little crowded. So this year we got a project going on where, since let me see if I can spin y'all around here. Since the tree guys are here logging the area and they had equipment here, we asked them if they could level out this area. They took out a couple trees that were in the area right here as well. And we got a nice flat area to where we're gonna be building another shed this year. This is really exciting. You can see the post. Those are the corners of the shed. It's going to be the exact same size as the one we have already right here. This one is a 25 wide by 40 long. And so we're going to build one pretty much the exact same size right here, 25 wide, 40 foot long. And we're hoping to be able to put like a front porch area on it, to have like a covered awning over the top right here, maybe about 12 foot or so in the front, to also like a little overhang for the so we could park underneath something and not necessarily have to drive whatever we're using into the shed too. So this is awesome. This is really fantastic. It's going to double the amount of shed space that we have on the property and more room for activities. Let's go get spraying. This is how we spray. Tank just sits in the back. It's strapped to the bed of the side-by-side there, and we got this wire hooked up, and it's just connected with some alligator clips to the battery, and it's got a little toggle switch on it. And whenever we get to the end of the field, like we're about to right here, we just slow down and toggle the switch off. Turn around. And go back over the field one more time. And keep spraying. So It's pretty boring. It's the same thing on every field. That's why I really didn't record it yesterday, but I wanted to show y'all that, hey, this is how we do it. So I got 2 more fields to do today, and then I'm done spraying everything. We planted a total of 18 fields, so that means we sprayed 18 fields. And like I said, I got 2 left. So that's our process for spraying. Hey guys, welcome back. I am here in the middle of the power line field, as you can tell. This has been the project of the year, if I have to say. Right now what I'm gonna do is, because it was so difficult for me to get that Genesis drill in between these pine trees right here, on this side and on this side, we're gonna use the broadcast spreader that I got strapped to me right here, and I got it full of seeds right now. And we're just gonna broadcast the same seeds that we planted on the power line section itself. We're gonna broadcast all up in the pine trees. So hopefully that does a good job of spreading it out. Hopefully they'll grow too in the shaded area of the pine trees. I have no idea if they will or not, but this is an experiment for this year. I really wanted to make this field bigger. I wanted to provide more food in this area for the deer, and this was the only way that I could do it as of now without cutting any trees down. Even though we do have loggers on the property this year, they're nowhere near this section of the property. They're all further that way. So maybe one year, whenever we do have a logging crew come to this section of the property, we'll get them to cut some of these trees on this flat area, and we will make the field just that much bigger and better. So let's go ahead and spread some seeds. All right, seeds are all spread out for this field. One other thing I need to do on this field is move my camera, because it's a little too close to the feeder, and there's no corn. There's no corn under the feeder. Should have went hunting this morning. Hunting season opened yesterday, and we just had so many jobs, I decided not to go hunting. So I'm gonna move this camera, and I did spray. I was able to drive the side-by-side all through the pine trees and stuff like that. So I sprayed Roundup all over through these pine trees. So everything should die, and what grows should be what we planted. Hopefully, that's the goal. Hey guys, and the last field that I need to spray is my grandpa's field. We are taking care of that right now. Shooting house is over there in the shadow. Barely see it. Just passed up the feeder, and this was one of those really, really tall fields, and it ain't tall no more. So just making a couple wraps. This is the last field of all of them to spray. Most of this stuff actually should die on its own just by being smushed by the tractor and being laid down like this. But just to make sure, we're gonna spray it as well. So, and they also got a couple still standing that we want to make sure dies, because like I said, this is all we want growing is what we planted. We don't really want anything else, so we're gonna try to kill everything else. So this field also has a couple of cameras that I need to do a little surgery on, so after I spray, we're gonna check those out too. Hey guys, I'm back. I'm going around the property right now with a tub of batteries and feeders and cameras and stuff, because going through the cameras and stuff this weekend, I noticed that there were a few of them that weren't aimed quite right, or that weren't working. So that's what I'm doing right now. Now that we're finished spraying, now that we finished planting for the weekend, hunting season started yesterday, so we are getting all of this taken care of for the rest of hunting season. Taking care of cameras, making sure that they're perfect, taking care of feeders, making sure that they work. They got 2 of them that I need to go check on, but I just moved this camera. This camera was on a T-post right here, and it was just a little too close, so I moved it back to that tree right there, that pine tree, and made sure the angle of it was right. So now we should be able to get better pictures at this spot. Let's keep going around the property and see what else we can find ourselves. Hey guys, I'm riding around the property, and I just wanted to kind of show y'all this little area right here. So I'm riding on the property line right here, okay? This side of the road, the left side, is my grandpa's property. This is our property, and all these pine trees that you see, this was clear cut about 7 years ago and then replanted about 6 years ago. So all these pine trees that you see are about 6 years old now. You can see them growing up in here. They got a lot of other junk trees and stuff like that growing in here too, but that's okay. But on this side of the road right here, on the right side, this is our neighbor's section of property right here. This is 40 acres that they had logged this year as well. So the loggers came in and they're logging the neighbor's 40 acres first. I think they have just about 5, 6, 7 acres left, and then they're moving on to our property and they're going to be cutting 80 acres of our property. And if you look really carefully, the top of this hill right here that you see, the top of that hill is the 80 acres that they will be cutting. So those first set of trees that you see right there is not, but on the top of that hill right there, that will be cut down. Those trees they will be cutting on the 80 acres. So that's pretty cool. There's definitely some changes that are happening around this year. Hey guys, I'm back at this little area right here. This is a field that we call the culvert because this is the road that the loggers fixed up for us, and the culvert where the creek is just right there. And so this little field that we made about I think this is 2 years ago now, or last year, something like that, I don't remember, but I made a little field right here. I cleared out this area. They still got some very large pine trees, as you can see, and so it was hard for me to get the drill in this little section right here and along the edges. So what I'm going to do, I have the spreader right here and another sack of seeds, and I'm going to spread a little bit of seeds where I couldn't get with the drill. And I got one more field that I need to do this to as well, and I'm going to show y'all that too. Oh, you got to make sure the gate's closed. There we go. I poured the seeds in this bucket to hopefully make it easier to pour it into this thing, but I don't know, I think just pouring the sack straight into this spreader would have been just fine, because I'm still making a mess. Okay, that ought to be good. Yeah, see, I'm still making a mess, but that's okay. We're gonna spread it as much as we can. It'll be just fine. All right, let's go spread around the field. And we're spreading seeds. It's as easy as that. Hey guys, I'm back. So I had a buddy of mine that was up here with me this weekend, and he said that he hunted this stand, and he said that this feeder didn't work. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna dissect it a little bit and try to figure out why this feeder don't work. So let's see what we got. Push the button on it. Oh, look, I actually see some numbers and stuff. It's a little off, but 11:30. Time's a little off. Let's see if we could change the time there. Let's see. Oh, it's all messed up, huh? It's hard to read. It's like the clock itself is... Look, when I push the screen, it like messes it all up. Can y'all see that? All right, well, we might just change this whole unit out. All right, so I just opened this unit up and checked it and made sure that it worked, it ran, and the time was right and everything. So I know this one works just fine. Let's see if we could switch this one and this one out here without spilling too much corn. All right, moment of truth, ready? Gotta do this quick. Trying to do it to where y'all can see it too. Well, I don't want to go up. Well, shucks. Let's see, what can I do? What can I do? Take this one back off. Let's put this one back on. And let's see if there's something that I could plug up the hole with, because it don't want to fit. Okay, there we go.
Good thing I had a piece of paper. Okay, now why this one don't want to fit? Ah. Okay, so for whatever reason, this green tube doesn't want to fit on the shaft, but the black one does. But the black one, the clock is all messed up on it. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to do some surgery outside here in the middle of the field and change the clock on this one from this one, because I know that this clock works and this one doesn't, but this one can't fit. So this is a little bit of a pain in the butt. And I dropped both of them so the batteries are falling out of the battery pack. Okay. Oh, come on. It's not one thing, it's another. So now what I'm having problems with is there's an Allen key to stop the clock and all from just falling out. So I have to unscrew that to get to the rest of the clock. There we go, like that. And thankfully everything is just wire nutted together like this. So I could literally just unwire nut this one and undo this one and switch them right out. Put the batteries back in the housing. Put that one in there, that one doesn't work. This is the clock that does work. Wire them back up together. All right, now before we put everything back together, let's hook up the battery to the clock. And how about that? Check that out. We got a good looking clock. Set the time and put it back up. Put everything back together. Oh, got a wire nut hanging out there. All right, that's good. Turn y'all around, put y'all back over here. Put it back on. Take the piece of paper out. Make sure it's at a good height so that it actually spins corn. But not too much corn. A little bit more than that. All right. Tighten it back up. Oh, too high, too high. There we go. And we're all done. And I'm back at the field that we call the Rat again. This field has 1, 2, 3 cameras. But the one that is pointing at the feeder, where the majority of the deer come to, is really, really slow and gives us a hard time whenever we're trying to look at them on the laptop, on the camera. So we're gonna swap a few cameras around because that one takes a lot of pictures. And we're at another field. This camera doesn't work. Well, at least it didn't take any pictures, and when you try to turn it on, nothing happens on the screen. And it looks like this feeder's about to fall off of this little post right here. So let's try to fix that too. All right, brand new camera, and drum is now strapped a little tighter to the post right there. So, man, we are just getting jobs done today. Got one more stop. And this is the last stop of the day. This is the sand lot. This is the brand new stand that we just put up. Look, they got a beautiful spider web ready for Halloween already. And we did not, I passed the drill through this one lane right here, through this lane right here, and up this lane right here. And that was all I could pass the drill. So we got a sack of seeds that I got left right here. And I'm gonna use the spreader, and we're gonna spread all around in amongst these pine trees, and hopefully that'll grow. That'll about wrap it up for this episode, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. My name is Jared. Thanks for coming on another adventure here at Turkey Ridge, and I'll catch you guys next time. Later.